Hello students, let's start with the second part of the chapter Heredity and Evolution. Carbon dating method. This method was developed by Willard Libby. Carbon dating or radiocarbon dating is a method used to determine the age of the organisms that once exchanged carbon dioxide with the atmosphere. Carbon has three naturally occurring isotopes: carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14, out of which carbon 14 is radioactive and carbon 12 is non-radioactive, that is, the amount of carbon 12 will always remain constant. Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere contains a constant amount of carbon 14, and as long as an organism is living, the amount of carbon 14 inside it is the same as the atmosphere. However, once the organism dies, the amount of carbon 14 steadily decreases, and the ratio between carbon 14 and carbon 12 changes continuously as carbon 12 is non-radioactive. The time passed since the death of the organism can be calculated by measuring the radioactivity of carbon 14 and the ratio of carbon 14 to carbon 12 present in their body. This is carbon dating method. It is used in determining the age of the fossils. Once the age of fossil has been determined, it becomes easy to find the information about other organisms. Connecting links. Some plants and animals show some morphological characters by which they can be related to two different groups, hence they are called connecting links. Example: Peri Pattern. Peri Pattern shows characters of both the phylum Annelida and Arthropoda. The characters like segmented body, thin cuticle and parapodia-like organs are present like Annelida, and the characters like tracheal respiration, open circulatory system are present like Arthropoda. This indicates that Peri Pattern is the connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda. Duckbill Platypus. Duckbill Platypus shows characters of reptiles and mammals. It lays eggs like the reptiles, and there is presence of mammary glands and hair like mammals. This indicates that Duckbill Platypus is the connecting link between reptiles and mammals. Lungfish. Lungfish shows characters of fish and amphibians. It has fish-like body and it respires with the help of lungs. This indicates that lungfish is the connecting link between fish and amphibians. All these examples of connecting links prove that arthropods evolved from annelids, amphibians evolved from fishes, and mammals evolved from reptiles. Embryological evidence. The study of embryo is called embryology. Comparative study of embryonic developmental stages of various vertebrates given in the picture shows that all the embryos, that is, fish, turtle, bird, pig and man, show extreme similarities during their initial stages of development, that is, in the stage 1, and those similarities gradually decreases or disappear in later development, that is, in the stages 2 and 3. This initial similarity indicates that there may be a common origin of all these animals. Charles Robert Darwin proposed the theory of natural selection. This theory is an important milestone in the study of evolution. Darwin's theory of natural selection. The survival of the fittest, that is, organisms which are fit for survival evolve while those that are not perish. The natural selection thus acts to produce new species. All living organisms reproduce prolifically. There is competition with each other for survival. Organisms that show essential modifications or adaptations for survival sustain while remaining perish. Well adapted sustaining organisms reproduce more such offsprings and in turn produce new species having specific characters. Objections to Darwin's theory. Natural selection is not the only factor responsible for evolution. Darwin did not mention any explanation about useful and useless modifications. There is no explanation about slow changes and abrupt changes. Jean-Baptiste Lamarck proposed principle of use or disuse of organs and theory of inheritance of acquired characters, or also called as Lamarckism. Every living organism tries to evolve. During its lifetime, it acquires certain characters through adaptations and modifications. These characters are passed to the next generation. These changes occur depending upon the activities or inactivity of that organism. Examples of acquired characters. For several generations, giraffe extended the neck for browsing on leaves from heights. Due to such extension of neck, giraffe became long-necked. Due to frequent hammering movements, shoulders of the ironsmith became very strong. Flightless birds like emu and ostrich have weak wings as they do not fly. Due to wading and swimming in water, the hind limbs of aquatic birds such as swan and duck became fitter for such mode. Due to burrowing habit, snakes lost the limbs. According to Lamarck, such acquired characters are inherited by the next generation. Objections to Lamarckism. The view that unused organs degenerate and used ones evolve was accepted, but inheritance of such characters was not agreed by the scientists. Modifications formed are not transferred to the next generation. Speciation. Due to evolution, new species of plants and animals are formed. The group of organisms that can produce fertile individuals through natural reproduction is called species. The process of formation of new species from earlier ones is called speciation. Each species possesses specific characters. Each species differs in its geographical conditions, food preference, habitat, reproductive ability and period, etc. Therefore, the specific characters are retained. Human evolution. Observe the given picture of the journey of human. Observe and study the table carefully. 7 crore years ago, last dinosaurs disappeared. Monkey-like animals evolved from some ancestors. 2 crore years ago, apes started to live on land as the forests started to decline due to dry environment. Their lumbar bones developed in such a way that they started to stand in erect posture in grasslands, and thereby their hands became available for use anytime. 40 lakh years ago, ape of South Africa evolved from Ramapithecus. Evolution continued to take place for many years. And 50,000 years ago, brain of man was sufficiently evolved to be considered as member of class wise man, Homo sapiens. Neanderthal man was considered as the first example of wise man. Evolution of Cro-Magnon man took place. Further, agriculture, art of writing, modern sciences and industrial society was established. Watch the videos carefully, understand the concepts, read the chapter given in the textbook and answer these questions. The subtopic protein synthesis from this chapter, Heredity and Evolution, will be taught in our regular class when the school reopens. Thank you.